I'm trying to stop that lean. Not only is it a habit, it's an expensive habit. Even if you got it, it's still an expensive habit. You know what I'm saying? And this shit kill you slowly. I know what to do.
Hey, introduce yourself for us.
My name's Seddy Hendrix, man. I'm from Jacksonville, Florida, Duval County.
For sure, for sure. How long you been here in Atlanta?
Consecutively, on and off, about 2-3 years.
2-3 years. Was it like you coming from Florida, like was that like a big adjustment, or do you feel like it's similar, you know what I'm saying, with Jacksonville and Atlanta? Like, was there any like major adjustment you had to make, or was it just pretty much the same?
Some days, some months it felt like a major adjust. You feel me? Some days it felt like, oh nah, this is just another. This is like another, you know what I'm saying? It's just like my city, any other city.
For sure. For sure.
Yeah.
Do you feel like, do you think that the mentalities is the same, like in Florida, like growing up, like as it is here? Like, do you feel like it's kind of like the cultures and mentality kind of align, or is it a little different?
Yeah, they are 50-50. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you're going anywhere you go, like especially where it's real urban and black. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna see a lot of celebrities in the hood, a lot of similarities in the hood and trenches and stuff like that. But you know what I'm saying? Some things be different up here. Some ways, Florida, certain things up here in Georgia and Florida, we just not doing. Certain things in Georgia that we do in Florida, Georgia not doing. You know what I'm saying? So
100%.
borderline 50-50.
How would you describe your childhood?
My childhood my shit was treacherous. You know what I'm saying? It was a constant struggle. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot of ups, a lot of downs. You know what I'm saying? I have a real strong praying mama. You know what I'm saying? So growing up was real, it was treacherous. Got tested a lot. My faith got tested a lot. My strength got tested a lot as a kid, as a jit. You know what I'm saying? So of course that caused trauma. You know what I'm saying? Certain situations I done went through with my family. Only being able to depend on us. You know what I'm saying? It was treacherous growing up.
For sure. Like, did you have two parents or just your mom?
Just my mama.
What was that like growing up without your father?
You know what I'm saying? Like the average black story, fucked up. Or anybody who grew up without a father. You know what I'm saying? Real. I had a lot of questions, certain things I wasn't put up on. I had to find out on my own. I had to go through certain shit on my own. And, you know, mama can teach you so much, but, you know, that man need to be there to show him and tell him certain things that mama just don't know. But thank God I got a strong mama. So mama was mama and daddy. My mama was a real nigga. She is a real nigga.
For sure. What are some, like, did you kind of see any challenge that your mother faces trying to, how many siblings you had?
Look, two. Little brother, big sister.
Did you see any of the struggles or challenges just with mom dudes?
Hell yeah. Even when she, like, once she hit him for a long time, but once it got to a point where she was just like, it is what it is, like, y'all need to know this, like, we struggling. It ain't how it was growing up. It ain't how it is when she was up and down the highway and moving here and doing this here and, you know, all this. It ain't that no more. We homeless. We at Salzburg homeless shelter, you feel me? I'm going to school fresh as hell, but people don't understand that I'm going to a homeless shelter. Y'all going to a house after this, you feel me? So she let the struggles be known when she couldn't hide it no more. Like, it was there. And we went through it every bit of the way.
Can you describe your first day at the shelter? What was that like for you mentally?
Man, this shit gonna sound crazy as hell, bro. So people, my mom and them, boyfriend at the time, catch a body. Interrogation room. I'm in what, 7th grade that's going on? I'm in 7th, 8th grade. 7th going to the 8th grade. So we go back to West Palm Beach after this, because now I can't be in Jacksonville, whole Channel 4 News, da-da-da-da-da. My mama adopted. We go back home. Niggas trying to kill my mama back home. So now, this all in her book too, Pressure Bust Pipes, that I helped my mama put out. The mayor ended up knowing my mama, grandmama, old people and all this at West Palm. This nigga got us pulling up to the Salzburg homeless shelter. We drive back to Jacksonville once stuff calmed down. My first day, I pull up in a limo to a homeless shelter. Across the street is the jail, county, Adams Street. So like I was saying, this is when I seen things go like this. It went from me staying in Sundance to me always being in nice apartments, and we had ups and downs in the hood and all this here, but my mom always maintained, to now like, damn, I'm pulling up to a homeless shelter, bro, in a limo. So my first day there, everybody looking at us like, who the hell these people think they are? Like, what are y'all doing here? Like, what's up? You know what I'm saying? It kind of was like the first day of school when everybody looking at you like you the, you know what I'm saying, who you the new kid, you weren't here last year, all this funny faces, people, you know what I'm saying, just trying to cast us out because of how we look, because we don't look like what we going through. You know what I'm saying? So that first experience was hell. That shit was fucked up.
Do you remember the first
Confusing. First night I ain't sleep. My mama crying, my sister crying, my brother just looking at me, and I'm just in there like we in a like a cell. Mind you, we all across the street at this time. I done been to jail once, twice at this time. We across the street. Like, I can hear niggas bamming on the, you feel me? And we in a cubicle. So I low-key felt like this shit set me up for this, you feel me? Like, set me up for, damn, I'm finna be a convicted felon and all this other shit. So first night I ain't go to sleep. Mama just praying and crying, sister crying, me and my brother just looking at each other. You know what I'm saying? And just like, bro, we gonna get through this. And everybody in the dorm, you come out, it's a small dorm, and everybody in that bit going through the same thing. Parents, kids. You know what I'm saying? It was different. It was weird. Like, bro, I shouldn't be going through this. As a kid, I shouldn't be facing these problems. Like, my mama shouldn't be feeling like this. Where dad at, all type of questions. I was just confused. It was so much confusion, lost.
For sure. I know how like they have in a lot of the movies, you know, for people that never have experienced going to a shelter before, where you know, you got to be in at a certain time to make it.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah. You got to be in at a certain time. You miss a couple of days, they give your room up. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you go on the show, and then they already on our top because we pull up in the limo. We going Jordans every day. Ed Hardy popping around the time. My mom keeping her hair done. You know what I'm saying? Like, so at first it was a whole bunch of hate and niggas trying to get us kicked out. People trying, they don't need to be here. It's other people who really, just a whole bunch of hate shit. And that's when I realized, like, oh yeah, people gonna hate no matter what's your situation. No matter what situation you in, no matter how it is, like, they gonna hate. And you know what I'm saying, the people at the center was just on some more, like, we understand, like, certain people that knew our story and seen what we going through wasn't mad that my mom was like, we not finna look like what we going through. And y'all don't know half this stuff we getting is free. Like, people giving us this stuff, you know what I'm saying?
For sure. So, did you have any contact or any knowledge at all about your dad growing up?
Yeah, no. I remember West Palm Beach, my auntie Tina. I met that nigga when I was, 4, 5. Met this nigga, this when he was turned. He was turned. Lit. You know what I'm saying? He had got married. Don't really remember much of the wedding. And then he got locked up again. Disappeared. It wasn't nothing. He was in my brother's life. I hit like 17. He tried to come back in like, oh, I'm trying, you feel me? All this. By this time, I'm thugging all the way. So I go back down there for like a week with him. It ain't work out. It was too much turmoil at the time. A whole bunch of BS. I ain't really had too much insight with him. I ain't really had too much connection with him.
Did your mom ever talk about him or let you know anything about him?
Yeah, my mom would let me know the nigga wasn't shit. But then when I got in contact with him, he telling me it was your mom this. So that's when I grew up realizing, like, damn, like how moms can be because of the turmoil the mom and dad got. And just the average story, man. Just a whole bunch of bullshit and misconfusion. I was so confused growing up, seeing so much shit, going through so much shit at a young age. And being the fact that my daddy couldn't tell me nothing. Even when I finally met up with this nigga, he could never just give me an explanation of what's going on. Besides trying to talk shit about my mama, then me and him get into it, and I get back with my mama and find out some of the shit he's saying, like, just confused, bro, a whole bunch of bullshit. So it misled. It made me not even want to trust shit or nobody at that point.
Does it affect your relationship today?
My relationship with people, period?
Women.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah, man. Because I can't trust shit. I feel like if my mama did certain things out of spite for my daddy, and my daddy did certain things out of spite for my mama, you human. You know what I'm saying? Everything I didn't understand growing up, like why my mama did this or daddy, why y'all what? You know, I'm 26 now, so now I'm growing up, and I done went through baby scares, miscarriages, fake babies, and love, all being in love and all this. Now I'm realizing, like, oh, this what this nigga was talking about. Oh, this what my mama was talking about. And I was just so confused at the time and full of anger, not trying to know. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it did mess with my relationships today with women a lot.
For sure. Um, do you think true love even exists? Like
Yeah.
that true passionate love,
Yeah,
love
hell
love.
yeah. Yeah, it do. It
What does
do
it look
exist.
like for you?
It can be good or bad, man. Cause you know, feel me, love can be dangerous. Love can be good, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? But it look like for me right now, me being honest, the love shit dead. Like it's fucked up for me right now. A lot of turmoil, a lot of black heart. Can't trust shit. You feel me? Like fucked over. Invest into somebody and do all this with somebody and then, you know what I'm saying, turn around, don't even be that. You feel me? The mental state that love shit do for you, for me right now. You know what I'm saying? It ain't what it is. Turn me into a whole nother person. And, you know what I'm saying? Still gotta wake up and be a rapper. Still gotta wake up and be a man and not show too much emotion while just bottling all this in. So fucked up for me right now with that love shit.
100%. Like, what do you think it would take to, kind of heal that void and that mistrust? Like, what do you think it takes?
To be honest, I don't know. I don't know what to heal my mistrust right now. Cause I don't want all the heavy sympathy. I don't want the victimized and I don't want all that. But I do want somebody to understand. I do want somebody to, you know what I'm saying, beat up. And not just beat up 50%, like really beat up 110 like I'm willing to give. And that mistrust shit is just, I cannot trust no other human that bleed like I be flesh right now with that much of my love and try. I just can't again. Not right now. It's too fucked up. I don't know what to be able to fix that because it done got damaged that much to the point where it's like, you gotta show me. That person gonna have to show me. Like, I'm gonna have to see for myself and feel it. You know what I'm saying? The same way I felt the way I needed to trust you and felt the way I needed to be so open and vulnerable and all this. I gotta get that feeling back again. So I honestly don't know.
Do you have you ever tried therapy before?
Nah, but I know I need it. I know I need it. Ain't this kind of like therapy, but I know I need it. I ain't never tried it though.
Is that something that you see yourself doing, soon or anytime?
Yeah, ASAP.
For sure, for sure. Um, Growing up, right? I know you said it was, you come from a very traumatic background, struggle like a lot of us, Was there? Would you ever consider? Do you consider that at a point in your life and an age where, you jumped off the porch?
15.
Can you describe what that transition was like?
The transition was I go from taking a pellet gun to school, but it's a metal one, to now I'm at Parker with Terry Parker with real pistols on me. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm a freshman. By 8th, 9th grade, I'm robbing shit with Marcel. You know what I'm saying? I'm running off on niggas. I'm heavy on the drugs now. Like mama different boyfriends. They showing me stuff. So now I'm feeling like, oh, I need to be like them. The Jacksonville mentality wrapped around me. So now I feel like, oh, I got this shit cut, like everything. So jumping off the porch at 15, 16, that transition was all right. Like I went from just fighting to now it's fighting and shooting. I went from just me flipping with little RT and Zay and Bampton. Now I'm smoking weed. Now I'm popping pills. Now I'm on jigs. Now I'm out all late night. Now I'm all through Justina. I'm all over Jacksonville, ripping and running with different people who I feel like on the same thing I'm on, or I feel like these niggas street, these niggas gangster. So that transition happened for me at 15, 16, going from this to this. Some niggas jumped off at 13, some niggas jumped at 14. At that time, I'm just still bumping, just a badass jit. But that transition was, I felt like that was my transition to manhood for me. I felt like me going from hanging out, just trying to do the sport thing to like, hey man, like fuck it. This making me money, this making me feel good. You know what I'm saying? To be honest, I ain't gonna act like, oh, I ain't know. I knew what I was doing and it made me feel good. That transition felt good to me at the time because I felt like I belonged to something. You know what I'm saying? I felt like I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I'm growing up. Knew myself, but I ain't know myself. So that was an important transition for me.
So, what do you feel contributed more into the upbringing and raising you? Yourself, the streets, or your mother?
All three. My mama, for God, my mama, the lessons that I went through, you know what I'm saying, in the streets. Lessons I went through in the streets. All that in one.
Do you remember the first time, like what, like when you you know getting active and you know beginning your you know your steps into the streets, like what was a shocking moment for you that was surreal that you like you know would never forget?
I lost 2-9. I'm pulling up to the party. I'm pulling up to the after party, Janelle. Promising Jet. Everybody knew he was gonna go to the NFL. And I get a call. I'm in a white Suburban. This my first prom. This my first everything. You feel me? Like Project Baby Mama never had to afford all this stuff. I done met this lady. She done paid for my suit. She done paid for everything. She made sure. You know what I'm saying? I was gonna, you know what I'm saying, go to prom. I get a call. I'm seeing stuff on Instagram and everybody saying, "Oh yeah, Janelle did. They saying Janelle just got shot. They got shot." And I'm pulling up to this. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm in the car. My first tragic moment in the streets was that. Like, damn, bro, a nigga that I was just with. You feel me? Nigga that I'm with every day. A nigga that my dog was with every day. Charlie Kell. You feel me? Like, these my brothers, my day ones. To see them hurt like this, to see me hurt like this. That was like, it was tragic to see his brother have to pull him out. You feel me? Because he got a gunshot to the chest in a party. You feel me? Set up by friends. That was another thing that broke the trust issue. Set up by some niggas he thought was his homies or just around. You know what I'm saying? And just, that was the first time it really fucked me up. And then after that, it was getting shot. You know what I'm saying? Just realizing, having epiphanies every time, like, damn, this is what I signed up for. This is what is happening. This is really happening to me right now. Like, shit, real life. Shit, real. That was one of the most tragic moments for a nigga.
I know you just mentioned when you got shot. Like, how did that affect you mentally after that?
It fucked with me. It had me more angry. It had me disappointed in myself. And it's even more fucked up because my mama called it. That night, she called it. No, that morning, I woke up. Mentally, it had fucked my whole head up because it just had me like, damn, my mama real deal called this shit. At early morning, like, whatever you got on your mind, God ain't sleep. And I just like, man, you good. Don't be on that. Don't put that on me while I walk out this door. You know how I'm living. And then it happened. So it mentally put me in a state when I wake up in the hospital, like, ain't none of the niggas there that need to be there. You feel me? And the only person that's there when I wake up is the only person that was there for me, down bad, homeless, that brought me into this world, everything. Like, she the only person there. And it just had me like, damn, I was giving this lady hell. Mentally, it just drained me. I wanted to get on more drugs. I wanted to get back. I was just angry mentally. It fucked me up. It just pushed me over the edge even more. Once I got back on my feet, like, I'm here. At this point in life, I'm just like, man, I'm here. I'm either finna do this music shit or I'm all the way keep going with this street shit. So mentally, it drained me. Getting shot, that shit drained me.
Are you familiar with PTSD?
Yeah.
Do you think you suffer from that?
Yeah.
In what ways?
Anxiety heavy. Always, every time I gotta get in the car, I'm looking in the rearview mirror when I'm driving. I'm by myself. I'm always looking at cars. I'm just, the anxiety level is always high. I'm always on point. I'm always edging. And I ain't been to prison. I'd have been to county a couple times. I had to sit and all, but my anxiety just on a whole nother level now.
Is it kind of worse that now you are, you know, becoming more of a public figure?
Yeah. It's just in the controlling part what got it now. Trying to control it, trying to keep it under wraps and not get on the medicine and not be on all this. But that's when the drugs come in hand. That's when the drug problem and all that other shit come into play. You know what I'm saying?
What do you think triggers you? Just when it comes to your anxiety, like what triggers you?
Some can't even drop too heavy around me. A certain person, like, too many people in one area at the same time. Like my manager done said this so many times. I'll be in certain places and then just my back gotta be against the wall, or I gotta be backed up. I gotta see everything. You know what I'm saying? Or I just leave, disappear. I need to get a fresh air because my chest getting tight. I'm just pressure. It's just a whole bunch of pressure, extra shit, stress. That's how I know it's coming or it's triggering.
For sure. I know you mentioned drug addiction, or just really taking, you know, drugs. That's when the drugs come in. I know you just said that. How did that even start for you? Like, what point in your life Was it like, okay, let me take this or let me take that?
The first off course, it started with the weed. I don't see that as a drug. It started with the weed, and then it went from the weed to the jigs. Florida, it's the jig thing. You feel me? Everybody on jigs. You feel me?
What is jig?
It's an ecstasy pill.
Okay.
It's like everything in one, but that bitch how you geek. You just up, you geek, you rolling, biting down. You feel me? This is before the molly. You know what I'm saying? And it went from weed to the jigs, from the jigs to the lean. And Zans, all that whole little area, that whole era.
Were you using that for just like entertainment, or was it you
Never.
trying to cope?
It would never be for entertainment. Every time I popped me a pill, it was because of some pain. Every time I popped me a pill, it was because I wanted to feel it or I wanted to get away. You feel me? As crazy as that may sound, yeah, it was my way of running. You know what I'm saying? It was my way of coping with things and getting away from it from the time being. And of course, yeah, I knew, bro, you come down from this, you come down. I even knew after the jizz and I'm on the lean and Zans, it was gonna go higher. I just could never let it get the cocaine, the crack, and all that extra shit. But still, at the end of the day, I was battling them addictions.
Are you still fighting any right now?
Yeah. I've been clean off the perks and the leans
For sure.
since December.
That's good, bro.
So,
Congratulations on that.
Appreciate it.
How is it? How do you feel? What's the transition of you trying to like pause with the lean? Like, are you trying to like cut back on that or?
Yeah, I'm trying to stop that lean. Not only is it a habit, it's an expensive habit. Even if you got it, it's still an expensive habit. You know what I'm saying? And this shit kill you slowly. I know what to do. But shit just, it's an addiction that you just gotta fight, bro. It's the sense of just pouring up shit, just pouring up and taste. Like that's where it got to me, just the motion. I got addicted to the motion and the feeling like the everyday process. Just like the weed, like having to flick something and just, you know what I'm saying?
Did you ever try to take it like a minute from it, like take a second from it, and did it like did you ever try to like cut back?
Besides what I'm doing now, I've never forced, like, every time I had to stop doing drugs, it was a court order. It was because of a court order or, yeah, it was by law I had to. I've never just, myself, I'm gonna stop smoking weed, I'm gonna stop sipping lean, I'm gonna stop popping perks. Like, just, I'm gonna, you know what I'm saying, stop.
For sure. And do you feel like it's more so helping you cope and suppress your feelings and what you're going through?
Yeah. Because I would have been clicked a long time ago. I would have been clicked a long time ago. But if I had a therapist or if I would have somebody to talk and all that, maybe I wouldn't even be hooked on them. But we speaking on what it is, yeah. Like they help me suppress a lot of shit. They help me cope with a lot of shit.
Do you think it's gonna hinder you in the long run or help you?
Both. Because once I come clean all the way, get out this shit all the way, people be able to use me as a testimony. Like people be able to use my story and what I went through. You know what I'm saying? As a blueprint for the way for them not to go. You know what I'm saying? So, but in order for them to look at that, I would have to be going through this stuff and go through this for them to understand. So yeah, I feel like it'll help them both.
I know we in a culture now too where it's frequent for a lot of people. You know what I'm saying?
It's entertainment. It's cool, like you said earlier.
For sure. How do you feel? What do you think? Like, how do you feel about it impacting our community? Like, do you feel like it's does he really think it plays a big factor on just
Hell yeah,
violence and mentality that's going on, or do you feel like it's just something separate?
Do I feel like the drugs play
like fueling? Do you think the drugs are fueling like a lot of the violence and what like how social media promotes violence? Like everything is extra. Like everybody just like super on violence right now. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody gangster, everybody thugging. It's just like do you think that has anything to do with drugs at all? Or?
I don't feel like the drugs will make a nigga go tweak and do all that because at the end of the day, if you do that, you do that. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like the way all the violence that's going on, I feel like the drugs is a way for people to cope. It's a way for them certain demons or them certain people to cope. Them drugs. So it may, to answer your question, yeah, the drugs do. They do play a part in it. Heavy.
100%. And and kind of having certain experiences that you know have went through in your life early, by you being 26, life moved kind of fast, it make you feel a little bit older than what you even is sometimes.
Who you telling?
Today at this exact moment, February 15th, do you feel like you're living or surviving mentally?
Surviving for sure.
Why you said that?
Cause if I was living, I wouldn't be worrying about. I wouldn't. It just wouldn't be a month and some change of me clean. I would have been clean a year ago or something. If I was living, you know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't be so stressed and so mentally fucked up right now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in survival mode right now. Not saying I'm not gonna be able to get to a point where I'm living, but to answer your question, February 15th, right now, I'm in survival mode because like I'm trying to get to the living part. I'm trying to get there. So it ain't no in between. It ain't no, you feel me? You either surviving or you living.
For sure. For sure. Do you have any male friends or just partners that, y'all discuss any type of, mental health or just helping each other out on that aspect, like at all?
My manager, Willie Joe. I don't put all my burdens on my mama because I seen what that did. So I started talking to her about a lot of stuff. But that's a wonderful person I can come to about a lot of things. But my manager, Willie Joe. I got certain people that check up on me and just check up on me mentally, but it don't be feeling genuine. So the only male person that I feel like I know I can come to is my Uncle Jay, Willie Joe. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, them two males in my life. I know I can come to about that shit.
Do you have any children?
No kids.
Do you want any?
Not right now. I'm not mentally stable right now to bring a seed into this world.
For sure.
I'm just not. I ain't even gonna do that. You feel me? I want to be mentally stable. I want to be more financially stable, and I want to be just more set up. Because yeah, it's a beautiful thing. I just seen some on Instagram. Like this man was talking about, like, bro, it's a real beautiful thing. But before, if you really can, before just bringing the seed into this world, man, go talk to somebody. Go deal with the trauma you had growing up. Go deal with the.
I think it was Kier.
Black dude walking with his baby.
Yeah.
And it hit me so hard, bro. Like it hit me because it's like, bro, like that's what a nigga need. That's what a nigga need to do before bringing the seed into this world.
For sure. We talk about family, right? And the saying, blood thick in the water, or shoot, just cause your blood don't mean your family.
Yeah.
How do you view loyalty? Define loyalty in your perspective.
Loyalty is standing up for me when I'm not enough. Loyalty is not writing me when I'm wrong, but also, you know what I'm saying, always having my back. You know what I'm saying? Loyalty is priceless. Loyalty is something that I ain't never got to question. Loyalty is something to me that's forever there. That's something like you gotta actions. It's not nothing with words. It's not nothing with words. It's pure actions. Loyalty to me is pure actions. Positive love and actions is what loyalty means to me.
How do you handle when somebody is being opposite with you? How do you handle yourself and conduct yourself in that situation?
I used to handle it with lashing out, drugs, violence, whether that's fighting or the other way, however it is. Like that's how I used to handle, or just any type of anger. I used to handle that shit with just straight anger, but now I just pray about it. I pray about it and leave it alone. I just let him handle it, because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? That's what got me here right now, praying about it and letting stuff go. So I handle this loyalty now a totally different way from how I used to handle it. So it went from anger to prayers, with how I handle it now.
Do you consider yourself like very spiritual?
Yeah, for sure. Very.
You do believe in God?
Mm-hmm.
What do you believe happens to us when we die? Do you believe in like the conventional heaven and hell?
Yeah, I believe that it's a place for good spirits to go, and it's a place for bad souls to go. You live righteous on here on this earth while you here, it's gonna be a place, because this is temporary. This is just flesh. You feel me? So I feel like but I don't want to speak on too much that I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I do believe that it is a heaven and a hell. It may not be heaven, the name heaven, or it may not be the name hell, but it is a place where bad spirits go and where good spirits go.
For sure. And I know a lot of us that come from, these kind of, unfortunate circumstances growing up, we get to a point where, for some that want to change our circumstances. And, some of us make certain decisions, good and bad, to try to change the circumstance that we live in. And, we all be trying to, get some money growing up.
Sure.
Do you think a man is truly loved for who he is as a person, or does he need to have a certain status of money to really truly be appreciated?
Can you ask me that again?
Do you think a man can be in this society?
In this society, in this generation.
Yep. Is a man truly loved for who he is, or does he have to have a certain amount of money or status?
In this generation, in this day and age, you have to have a certain amount of status and money for her to even picture to fall in love with you 6 months to a year later. You know what I'm saying? It's not the same no more how it used to be. In this day and age, in this generation. Now, if you find that in between, that one, or whatever the case may be, that actually love you for you, and that don't always mean staying down when you broke and all that. I'm talking about really can deal with your trauma, can deal with who you is as a person, accepts you for all your flaws and work on that, and really makes you happy just by you looking at them and being around them. Like, that's different. You ain't gonna find that. If you find that and you got that, it's very seldom in this world that you blessed to find that one person that's just gonna literally go through everything with you and be loyal. You know what I'm saying? But in this day and age and generation, man, nah. If I got a whole bunch of money and my status is up there, and I know how to play it cool to even a degree, they gonna fall in love with me. They gonna love me. They gonna love me for everything I got. And then it's gonna take them 6 months to a year to get to know a nigga and all that, and actually fall in love with me for real, for real. Probably even 2 years. The way these females is nowadays.
Do you have any fears?
Nah. The only thing I say I think about a lot is, and I won't even say I'm in fear of it. I'm infatuated with death for some reason. But I don't feel nothing. You can't feel nothing.
When you say that, what you mean? You're infatuated with it.
For some reason, I would have, since a kid, and I just talked to my mama, being 25, 26, just not finding out stuff by sitting down with my mama and talking to her. She was infatuated with death growing up for some reason. Thoughts of just, I used to be in school and could be drawing, and out of nowhere, nigga, I picture myself getting hit by a car or a train or something to just pop up, and I used to be like, what the hell? Like, stuff like that, it just always happened. And then Kendrick Lamar came, my good kid, Mad City, and he had a song called Sing About Me, and he literally said, and I'm not sure why I'm infatuated with death. My imagination is surely an aggravation of threats that can come about because the tongue is mighty powerful. And that's something my mama always said growing up. The tongue is mighty powerful. Watch what you say. And I'm like, if the tongue is mighty powerful, what the hell is the brain? Like, I gotta watch what I think. Like, I can draw this and bring this out to life. So that's what I mean by, like, I've always just been infatuated with it. Like, when is it gonna happen, or how is it gonna happen? And then I gotta break out of that, and then live life. That's another part of the trauma nigga gotta deal with.
Speaking of death, is it anybody in particular, or more than one, whose death really still affect you to this day?
My grandma, Dangler, Janelle, my auntie Shirley. It's even niggas I met up here in the A. There's a lot of people deaf that still stick with me, that kind of like, you know what I'm saying, just be questioning, like, why? Still.
Sure. Is any one of those people you just mentioned, did they lose their life to gun violence?
Yeah, 2-9 did. He lost his life to gun violence. Lamont lost his life to gun violence. So a lot of niggas lost their life to gun violence. It's just an all-around thing, man. That list go on and on, man. Lil Leaky lost his life to gun violence. Bink lost his life to gun violence. And, you know what I'm saying? Like young niggas, some of these is young niggas from back then, some of these young niggas from present, just a constant battle or just death. That shit always been around a nigga, so.
Do you feel like do you think you're numb to it at all? Like,
Hell yeah. For sure. I feel like a lot of people numb to that shit. And that's another thing in this generation. So much death, bro, like, and then we get to see it. You know, back then, motherfuckers used to hear about death and like hear about like stories, but now like you see it. You see a body on Say Cheese almost every other day. You see rappers and regular people going out every day crazy. You know what I'm saying? So
something
like
happen all the time. You know, been around since the beginning of the time.
yeah.
It's life, but it's like normalized. It's
more like
now. Yeah.
It's more numb. Like it's numb. It's black. It's numb. Ain't nothing you can do about it. Now, not everybody they gonna drop their tears. They gonna grieve. But you know you got those certain people who you can tell that pain just hit them different. It hurt because they hold on to it year after year after year, post after post after post, comment after comment. You know what I'm saying? I still go to Dangler page to this day just to comment to this day. You know what I'm saying? Like certain pain, certain hurt, it just ain't gonna go nowhere.
100%, man. I always ask this question, and you know, before you answer, take a second, and if it is an answer, cool. If not, it's okay too. Just know all what you've been through, right? You know, your experiences, your lessons, you know, your trials, your challenges, obstacles, everything. If you could go back and change anything, what would it be?
I can go back. Would I go back? If I can go back, of course, if I can go back in time. If I could go back in time, I wouldn't have let 2-9 go to that house party. If I could go back in time, I would have spent way more time with my granny. If I can go back in time, like I just would have, when I put the music in front of everything, even the people I was doing it for, I just would have spent way more time. I would have fought a little harder. That's about it, though. That's about it.
For sure. And do you have any sense of regret for anybody that you lost, that you know, like you wish you would have did better or did this, or you know what I'm saying, like you said, spend more time here? Like, do you feel like you have a sense of regret in a lot of your relationships?
The ones that's dead or alive?
Shoot, it could be both.
I mean, the only regret, like I just said, is spending more time with them. You know what I'm saying? And the people that's alive, I don't regret nothing with that. That happened for a reason. Like, they ain't with me right now for a reason. They ain't around for a reason. They weren't supposed to be here. So, for the people that dead and gone, like, yeah, man, I just wish I could spend the block with them one more time, hug them one more time, talk to them one more time, prevent certain things from happening to keep them here longer. It's, you know what I'm saying? I know these mamas miss their babies. So it'd be like, you know what I'm saying, just to put that smile on their face. That'd be the main thing. If
you could write a book, like your movie, if your life was a book or movie right now, before that question, what is the final outcome for you? What do you see for yourself?
In the future?
Yeah.
Married with some kids, with a hospital and the healthcare, all that in my name, but still on my gangster shit. Like the American gangster, still on my proper shit. But I got all this going for me. Got a whole hospital on my name, a whole healthcare on my name. I'm really out here changing lives. Real deal, saving, changing lives and all that. And still can, you know what I'm saying, like, go back to my hood and keep this shit urban and keep this shit trill all the way and just show people that, you know what I'm saying, no matter where you come from or what you do, bro, at any point in life, if you want to, like, change the narrative of what they got on you, you can. You know what I'm saying? And still keep your original sense in you as long as you got some sense. That's why I see myself in the future. Married with kids on some American gangster shit.
That's it, man. I appreciate you coming and checking with us, bro.
Appreciate you for having me, bro. I needed this. I appreciate you, bro.